Here with Charlie Jilek. Charlie, I assume it's been kind of a fun couple weeks. So
Yeah.
first, the news is you are changing your commitment. You're going to Minnesota.
Minnesota, yep.
Yep. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
So behind the scenes look, when do you first kind of get, I know you've been to Minnesota before, but when do they come back in contact and kind of tell you what's going on as a senior?
A couple weeks ago, they reached out to my agent, and it was kind of an interesting thing. Like, it was just out of the blue. I haven't talked to them. I was recruited as a tight end earlier last year, and Mariano texted me just out of nowhere, Coach Terry Marin. He just told me that he liked my film and wanted to hop on a phone call at some point, and he extended an offer pretty much, and talked to my GM. My agent and their GM talked for a long time, and they got a lot of good information about Minnesota and their recruitment process with me. And it was just kind of an out of the blue thing, and it was cool that I was getting recruited to play Mike linebacker. So that was exciting, and to play in the Big Ten is a huge opportunity. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah, I think now when people follow recruiting, they think guys just flip all the time and it's this easy thing. But what they don't see is right, UCF came all the way up here to recruit you. I know you really like them. You could have picked a school closer to home initially, but you felt comfortable with them. So how difficult was it at that point to then sort of reweigh the options and think about what you were going to do next?
Yeah, it was a really tough decision, especially because I had built such a good relationship with the coaches there. But I feel a lot more comfortable playing defense. And I really like playing middle linebacker, and to have the opportunity was awesome. And it's a tough decision because the coaches were so great to me at UCF.
Yep.
And it's a great spot, great coaches, and I felt bad doing it, but I know that this is the right decision for me and my family. So it was definitely tough. It's something that people don't see in recruiting, and when I'm talking to just people at school or my friends, and people don't really understand it until they really have to make the decision, talk to the coaches about their decisions and what they're doing. So it's definitely a hard thing.
So you were at Minnesota for a game, I think it was fall of 24, so last season. Is that the only time you had been up there?
I'd been up there for a visit and then one camp day as a tight end, and it was really cool. It was an awesome place, and it was really nice. The campus was like a college feel that it was different than most schools that I've been to. I just feel like I feel like the Big Ten schools are just a little bit different in that aspect. It's just like the campus is really nice. I really like Minneapolis. It's a cool city, and the facilities are really, really nice. And it's a good spot. I like I like how the coaches, they're super intense and they're super enthusiastic about Minnesota and all the different things that they have there, and it's a cool spot for sure.
So when you went, obviously you didn't know what was going to happen when you first went there, but did you leave there kind of thinking, I like that, I could totally see myself going here?
Yeah, for sure. I left and I was like, dang, that'd be a really cool spot. I'm hoping I can keep in touch with them. And we didn't really stay in touch as a tight end being recruited there, but to be recruited again as a linebacker and to have the opportunity to go there now it's really cool, because I know it's a great spot, even though I haven't been out there again since. And that game day experience was really cool. Even they were playing, I think, in Nevada, and it was a packed house, and it was a really cool atmosphere, cool game day, nice stadium. It was just a good spot, and my family really enjoyed it. So it's going to be exciting to go out there again maybe, and go out there when I go out there. So, yeah.
So what even made you go to camp, honestly, coming from here, going all the way up there for camp?
I think it was just I wasn't totally thinking about it, but then my dad was like, it's only an hour flight from Grand Rapids. So we just hopped on a flight one day with my quarterback friend, Rylan Canale, and we just went up there for a camp and a little visit, and everything went around in golf carts and all that stuff, had dinner, went a few spots downtown. It was a cool spot. It was cool. I was definitely glad that I had that experience, and to be able to already have that experience before they started recruiting me again was really good, nice, because I already knew what I was getting into and what I was going to see and expecting from the campus.
So you jumped on this pretty quick. There wasn't a thought to, hey, maybe if I hold on, some other schools could come in, but you seem very comfortable with making this call.
It was, I feel like I just hadn't heard from another school in a long time, so I was like, I'm going to give it a long time. And I thought about it every day. Day in and day out, I just thought what my decisions, the pros and cons of it, and what really would be best for me. And I just came to the consensus that Minnesota is the best spot for me and for my development and what I want to do. So it was definitely a tough decision. Just all that time I had to think about. It felt like a more like a longer process than it really was. But it was just kind of a quick thing. They hit me up, and I just thought about what's best for me, and I think I know I made the right decision. So
you mentioned academics being a really important part of the decision. And
yeah,
it's obviously a really good school. Do you know what you're going to study?
Business, and then I want to go to law school. So okay. Yeah, it's a really good school. That's what we kind of looked into as well. I didn't really think of academics too much before Minnesota came into play, and it's a good school. I didn't know it was such a good school until I started researching about it, and
especially for business, right?
Business, and then they have a law school, which is important, and it's a cool spot. So
okay, so you spoke previously about Coach Story Marin. I covered him as a recruit, by the way, so I've known him as a recruit. He's that young, or I'm that old, one or the other. But you mentioned kind of connecting with him because of the youth and just the way he goes about things. So outside of him, though, like Coach Fleck is the head coach. He's obviously well known in these parts down here. When you met Coach Fleck a couple times, what was he like?
He was cool. He was. We didn't really have too much of conversation just because there were so many recruits on campus at that time. So I haven't really gotten to speak with him too much. And I'm hoping to do that in the next few days or whenever I'm able to. So that'd be nice. I think it'd be good for my family and them. But I think it's really important that relationship that you have with your position coach, especially linebacker, especially Coach Sarah Marin. He had that. He's one of the youngest coaches in the entire country, which is crazy. And it's really cool that he has made such a good impact on his players, and he knows how to develop players in the NFL, athletes and NFL linebackers, and he knows what it takes because he was there just a few years ago. So it's a really cool experience, and it's really cool that I get the opportunity to play for him.
So I know the plan is Mike. That's what you play here. That's what you have played. But I'm looking at you. You're a big guy. So if it happens that they say, hey, we need you on the edge over here. We need you to do these couple other things. Are you open to that? And have they said anything about that at all?
I'm totally open to it, but they haven't spoken about it.
Okay.
I'm super comfortable playing Mike. I like calling the plays on defense and just having that leadership role out there. It's super cool, and that's an awesome thing to think about, just being able to do that in NFL. In the Big Ten stage, and just see where I can go with it and just get developed into a Big Ten linebacker. It's gonna be cool. I really like playing linebacker. It's a fun position. Fly around on defense, make some plays, hit some people, so it's cool.
So a couple more for you. You guys are now you can really, it seemed, focused on your senior season. You guys are doing really well.
Oh, yeah.
So I imagine the ultimate goal as a senior is to leave here a champion, right?
Yep, state championship. That's our goal right now. To make it to Ford Field would be awesome, and to come home with a trophy from Ford Field would be even better.
And your teammate Camden has a Minnesota offer.
Yeah,
have you talked to him at all? Are you gonna get in on recruiting him?
I talk to him almost every single day about it.
Okay.
And it's helpful because he also had experience. He's being recruited by Coach Sarah Marin. He's really cool. He's a good player. He's a really good athlete. He runs the ball for us 30 times a game. So he's a good player, and it's nice when I can ask him questions about how his visit and how his recruiting is going with Minnesota, because maybe I didn't see something that he saw. Like I asked him about the nutrition and all that stuff that he saw that I didn't, and he only said good things about it, and he was super excited for me, and he wanted me to choose Minnesota for sure. And I'm excited that he has the opportunity to come play with me, and that'd just be a really awesome thing. So yeah, it's cool that he also has the opportunities that I do. And he'll have some more.
So last thing for you, when you try to think back through this whole thing, and what people may not know is you had to fight through an injury, which may have slowed down your recruitment, and a couple other things, but it's a long process, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure it's both, this blessing, but also some stress and all these things involved. So when you think back through your whole 4 years here at Central, and then now know you're going to end up playing Big Ten ball, what goes through your head when you think back on this whole process?
Yeah, it's crazy just how recruiting is, and how it's just, you can just get unlucky sometimes. I don't think there was a reason that I got injured. I don't think that I did anything wrong to get in that position, but I just I just realized that you always have to have a positive outlook, even when you might think that people aren't watching you, when people aren't giving you the benefit of the doubt because of your injuries and what you've just been through. I just think you really just got to be positive and know that somebody's always watching, and if you make the plays, even in your senior year, people will still be watching, which I didn't really think was going to happen for me, but it did, and I'm just really glad that I pushed through those injuries so well. And my junior to senior season, just I made such a big jump in how my athleticism and how I played the game, and I just always keep working. That's going to help me throughout college and the rest of my senior year, just to keep pushing and just take nothing for granted, because those injuries, they happen. It's football, so I just got to keep working at it and just make sure I'm staying on the field.
All right. Can I get a Sky Umago Gophers?
Sky Umago Gophers.
Appreciate it, Charlie. Thanks.
Yes, sir.